The road to the corner office is paved with mile markers that guide in surprising, unpredictable, and some might even say mysterious ways. And more often than not, are recognized as clues only retrospectively. What schools to attend, where to work, whose leadership model to follow, and even when you make your entry, who to listen to. Win gut, win risk, win reason. Move, stay put. But how do you get to this widely coveted position? This is the question I'm often asked in the hundreds of interviews I've conducted over the years with top-level executives. Compelled by the many and diverse inquiries and musings, I've decided to create an inspiration platform and get to that question answered by the CEOs themselves who've made it to the top of America's thriving middle market, telling their own stories straight up and right into the corner office. Hi, I'm Brant Handley, trusted advisor to middle market CEOs and founder and managing director of Resource Options International. ROI is the premier executive search firm focused exclusively on empowering middle market companies to attract, hire, and retain today's A players. Tuned into the corner office, you'll hear visionary adventure tales with great venture endings that reveal unimaginable highlights from the powerhouse that's driving the U.S. economy, the mighty middle market. In addition, the CEOs behind their impressive growth will share game-changing insights that equip them to lead their organization's success. For more than a decade of serving middle market CEOs and helping them build out their executive suites with top talent, I've watched this market sector explode. In fact, just last year alone, middle market companies generated about $10 trillion in value, spanned all industry sectors, and grew almost 10%, or about 3 times the rate of the Fortune 500. Yet hardly anyone knows these companies' names. Mostly privately held, these $10 million to $1 billion enterprises characteristically like to keep their business private. Joining into the corner office, the CEOs that are leading these thriving middle market companies will share the what, when, where, how, and why of their sustained success, as well as their failures, for the very first time. You'll hear the amazing success story of 26-year-old entrepreneur Aaron Cadell, who overcame a brain tumor and now has a successful retail operation, which started in San Francisco and now has ambitions for global domination.
I'm just super nervous, got tons of nerves. And, we get started with one of our songs and all of a sudden, my hand just stops working. It starts clenching up. And at the time, I'm just frustrated more than anything. I'm not scared or anything. I'm just I have to play this song. And so my bandmates are looking over at me and I'm just I don't know what's going on. I'm just pointing at my arm. And so I dropped my pick and it's just kind of just frustrating.
Then there's Tom Dixon, who raced motorbikes in his backyard as a kid and wasn't much of a student growing up due to dyslexia and ADHD, but found inspiration to learn to read on his church's mission trip and went on to build a $500 million business where he is still CEO today.
I couldn't read very well at first, and you're in front of people and you're reading. So in one instance, I had to memorize everything. So I memorized 138 different scriptures, and also passages, pages. And so when I would read to people, we'd go teach people certain discussions. And once I was caught with the scriptures upside down.
You'll also hear the story of Helen Fu Thomas, who, as a young girl growing up in Beijing, became inspired by meeting many of her grandfather's international colleagues who helped form her own worldview and propelled her into becoming a successful serial CEO right here in the USA.
My grandfather was a World War II hero, and he fought along the lines with the Allies, the British and the American. So the historical facts about the World War II, as I was a copywriter, so I got to read them before anybody else got to read them. The fact that how the Chinese could have survived and won the war at the end after lots of sacrifices.
These are just a few of the many inspirational CEO stories you'll hear from the top of the booming middle market. So if you have aspirations of getting where these CEOs sit, or if you simply love a captivating corporate quest, tune in each week for insights that could level up your game and accelerate your path into the corner office. Please check iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts for the first Into the Corner Office episodes coming very soon.